Hi, it's Chris from Driver Training Limited. We've been audit registered trainers since 2007, and today we're just going to answer 3 quick questions that we've been posed with regards to the ADI Part 3 and the ADI Standards Check test. So the first thing we've been asked is, sometimes online you'll see these courses that you can do, and it means you don't have to do any in-car travelling, but you can do it all online. Are they worth it? Well, it's like saying to your learner, if I show you a load of videos, you'll know how to drive a car in all circumstances and conditions. Would you say that that was realistic? Probably not. And it's very interesting to note that a few of these courses, well, pretty much all of the ones that we've looked at, where they may offer you training via video, state in them that you will still need to do 40 hours in-car training with someone. In which case, what's the point of doing the video ones? Now, don't get me wrong, they do come in useful because we do Zoom meetings, and one of the most recent ones last night, a trainee called Lisa, we had a text from her saying she'd failed the first attempt, but we had the text last night say, "I've just passed. Thank you very much for all the help and guidance I got via Zoom." And she's at the other end of the country. So it does come in useful, you know, there is no doubt about it, but could you do the 40 hours on there, or 30 hours, because it says 10 has to be in car, and then still pass? Well, realistically, do you think you could do that with your learners? Probably not. So any course that says, but you still need to do one-to-one training, you've got to question, well, what's the point of doing this training then? One of the questions we've been asked a lot recently is, should I go on a trainee license? As we've said in our other videos, that's totally your choice. There are no overriding factors in both. It's worth just being aware that on a trainee license, you can use it to earn and not learn. And also you can find that your trainees start filling in the blanks. You might be saying, go straight across this roundabout. And they're just thinking, well, he can't mean that. He must mean go around this roundabout. So your trainees can fill in the blanks. And that's why you see so many who are on a pink license that will say to you, I've got pupils who have passed their driving test, but I can't pass the Part 3. Very often that's the reason why. So there's no definitive answer. It's just what you think is best for your circumstances. The third question we've been asked a lot recently, do I need to do the 40 hours training? If you're going on a trainee license, then yes, you have to do a minimum of 40 hours. If you're not going on a trainee license, the answer is no. If you want to go straight for the test, you don't need any training at all. You can just go for the test. You've got to think though, your learners, when they get in, may say to you, how long do you think it will take me to learn to drive? And although we say everybody's different and unique, you may say, well, as a general ballpark figure, the average is anywhere between 35 and 45 hours. Some will come in before that, some will come in after that, but most people around that point from scratch. And the same is pretty much true of anyone doing the ADI Part 3. You've got to learn all the subjects from cockpit drill, moving off and stopping, through to independent section, following the signs, sat nav. You've got to be able to teach it, and you've got to be able to do the different levels of instruction needed for commentary or fully guided, independent, which is just watching for the faults, or prompted, which is by means of questions, knowing are there any gaps in knowledge or perception before you encounter a problem. You've got to be able to do all of that to stand any chance of passing, and you've definitely got to be able to do that to stay in this field of work. We've had trainees come that have only wanted to do one subject because they just wanted to pass the ADI Part 3, and they've passed the ADI Part 3. But then in the space of perhaps 3, 4 years, 5 years, they've already had 4 or 5 check tests, which means their teaching isn't the best. So to stay in this job for a long time, you need to do the training, and you need to do it well. And that requires a very minimum. You may get the odd ones that can do it, but as a minimum 40 hours.